Welcome to the Open Mind Podcast. Today, I have a very special guest here with us. We'll be diving into his experience doing 20 years in prison. His name is Tony Reynero. I hope you like it. Thank you. Let's get to it. So, how you doing, bro?
It's been pretty good.
Let me know a little bit about you. Where'd you come from, bro?
I come from a small town, Middle Texas. The nearest town is Brownfield. That's
When
where I was really born and raised around there.
when you say small town, is it smaller than Amarillo?
Oh yeah,
Oh, dang, smaller than Amarillo?
there are 500 people, enough to get you in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
It
So, growing up as a kid, how was it for you?
was pretty good. I started about 17. That's when I started getting in trouble with the law.
Damn, around 17?
Some people were going to military. I was going to prison
Yeah. Wait, when was the earliest you went to prison?
when I was 21.
Okay. So when you say trouble, did people mess with you? Did people come up to you and try to test you?
No, it was the officer was me. It was messing with people, or beating them up, and just for fun of it. Just, you don't want it to.
Being a bully? So at that time, my dad was around, right? Or no, he was younger.
I didn't meet your dad until 2000. I think it was in 2000. That's when I started running with your dad.
And then Theo Lejos,
It was about the same time.
same time. Did you ever get locked up with them?
Yeah, we got locked up. All three of us at one time.
Mm. So let me ask you. So you grew up in a small town. You said you got yourself in all these troubles. What do you think what made you feel so upset? What got you in a situation of wanting to be or to be fighting everybody and be upset? What caused that?
The only thing I can think of was anger and issues that from the house.
Mm.
Get mistreated. And my dad, he wouldn't mess with me. But mom, she always tried to discipline me with different ways. Whatever she could grab hold of, she would hit me with. I got hit by clothes hangers, by extension cords.
You don't think it was a sign of love?
That's love. I don't know what love is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into as you're becoming an adult, you start working. You still find yourself getting in trouble,
Yeah.
and it just never went down. It just kept on going up from there.
Yeah. I just kept on getting myself, like, seemed like I was digging a hole for myself.
Mm. So
Yeah.
let me know the first time you went to prison. What prison did you go to?
Robertson Unit
And that was where again?
in Abilene.
And you how much time did you do there?
I did 10,
And your first
10
bid
or 20.
was 10 years. So explain to me what you did the 10 years. What what kind of stuff did you go through, you know?
The riots to where you just have to think if you're gonna live the next day, and you didn't know you gonna get killed that night or get beat up.
This was in the 70s, 80s,
80s.
80s. So back then, gangs were different, right?
Yeah.
So back then, what gangs were in the prison over there?
West Texas.
That was West Texas. Okay. Like they didn't have specific gangs, blacks, whites, Mexicans.
Yeah, they had the Black Panthers, Night Bulbs, Mexican Mafia, and Raza Unida, the Texas Syndicates.
Did they have any Soreños in there? Norteños?
They were barely starting to build them up. They weren't nothing yet.
Mm. So tell me your experience. The first time getting, 'cause you said the first time you were 20 something years old, right?
Yeah.
What was going through your mind as you were going through the process before being locked up or getting locked up?
Well, when you go to Robinson Unit, I was bald and I could feel my hair from, like, moving, like nervous.
Mm.
Cause they told us, here you learn how to fight, or you become a woman,
Mm,
or you live or you die.
damn.
And I said, man, why did I do this? Why I got into this stuff? And then at first I said, 10 years is nothing I can do real quick. I'm young. And those 10 years was a long stretch.
Did anybody try to test you as you get in, like as you start to just just get in and settle down?
Yeah, as soon as you go in the walkway, I got attacked right there.
Damn. The,
The Mexicanos, I had my mattress in my hand and I had to just throw it down and start throwing down,
did they just want to test you out or what? Why you think they did that?
just trying to see if you had a heart.
Mm. What gang? What? The person that tried you. Do you know what gang they was in?
That's on neither.
Mm. Man.
You see, by the time you get into prison, the units, they already know who you're running with and who you going more likely fall into place with.
Mm.
Yeah, they tried to get me to go for a ride. I said, man, I do whatever I want to do. I don't do what you tell me to do. And then when I get out, you want me to do something, I have to do it to come back in with no questions asked. I said, not, I'm not down for that.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for that kind of rodeo.
So did you know anybody in
Yeah,
there?
yeah, I had friends who were West Texas who were already in there. They kind of told me about what to expect. And
Yeah. So did tell me that story.
when I was going into my cell, and we see a guard hanging on inside the cell block.
Wait, the second day?
Yeah,
All right, tell me that story.
they're taking me into my cubicle,
Mhm,
and when they open the gate, it's winds
mhm,
to unwind the doors.
mhm.
And then I knew something was wrong because all the dorms and the cubicles, they were quiet. You could hear a pin drop. And when I go in, I said, "Oh man!" I already knew it's gonna be a rough ride when you see a guard hanging.
They just had him hanging. He was done. How many
Yep.
how many other guards got injured or killed during that time?
I don't know.
I'm assuming during this time you had to pick up some type of like I don't want to say PTSD, but you had to pick up some type of stress from this, you know? Because it sounds like
Yeah.
it was continuous of like just craziness.
And like I want to run with West Texas.
Mhm,
You can after the second after dinner,
mhm.
they'll say, "Be ready. We're going to lace you up, see what you got. We're going to be three on you." And the thing was that you better not fall on the ground and stay on the ground
Why is that?
because if you stay on the ground, that's showing that you're weak. It will, if for some reason they break out and you get two people on you and you can't fight back,
Yeah.
then they don't need you. We started fighting. He was supposed to beat me up, and he couldn't beat me up. They that night they did a mission check on him. They left him where they only picked him up and put him on his bunk. That bad they left him because you're not supposed to lose.
Yeah.
You're on a farmer. If farmers don't lose, it's jungle blasters. They're supposed to be stronger and than we are, but
Yeah. They didn't want to show weakness.
yeah,
Would they kill him?
no,
They just beat him up. Man. So you're walking in, you see the guard hanging. Let's go from there. What happened next after that?
they pulled them down. They started asking questions: who did it and how did it happen? And answer was everybody. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing.
And then there was a riot that broke out, right?
There were a few riots.
Damn. Tell me about one of them, or tell me about all of them if you can.
We were in Smith unit
Mhm.
when that riot broke out. We're using machetes, ice picks, hammers,
Damn, how'd they get hammers in there?
and be amazed how people they can get all that equipment in there.
Yeah.
Told me under your bunks, and there's a machete, be ready to use it.
So your homeboy said that to
And
you,
I
right?
laughed. Yeah, I laughed. You think everything's a joke around here? This real life. And I go, what? I told him, how am I going to do it? He goes, you use it on cutting and anything else. We'd be ready to go tonight at 5 o'clock. As soon as they open the gates, everybody can go rescue 'em. All right. And it was the tangos against Famas. And it was real nasty, real dirty.
What do you mean by that?
We see people get stabbed, sliced, stabbed.
What was the craziest thing you seen being in there?
When they chopped this guy's head off.
Damn. His own people?
No, he was a light bulb, and
By you said light bulb?
yeah,
Is that just a Walio?
yeah, the Olios, that's what they were used to be called back then.
Yeah. Okay. And if anybody Walio means white person, just so I don't get
Yeah,
confused. So damn, what was going through your head when you were seeing that shit, you know? Did it build
and I just hope it don't happen to me.
right? At some point after going through all of this, right? Wasn't there a time where you just said like this has got to change. I got to change because the more you stay in there, the longer you're gonna stay because they're gonna trap you eventually, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you
because
get trapped in, and sometimes you even don't know. You be walking like from the library or school, and when they catch you alone, that's when you have to watch yourself, like walking on the walkway, because you're never safe out there.
yeah.
They say that the guards who guard you, they know when something's gonna happen, and they just let it happen.
So the whole time you were there, were you transferred to other prisons?
Yeah, it's transferred to many prisons.
Damn. And anything you seen different compared to the first one?
And Cold Fuel was ugly because that
You said
was
Coalfield?
only, yeah, we were three West Texas guys in that unit, and they didn't want us coming out.
Mm,
They'll tell us, "Oh, y'all brave coming out.
damn.
What you gonna do? You gonna kill us?"
Yeah. So
I would just say it's a good day to die.
so you did 10 years. Did you do anything after that? You didn't get no more any more bids after that, did you?
I got out, got in trouble again. They sent me to a 9 month facility. And when I got out from there, I got released. And then I got caught in a halfway house. I was selling drugs. And that's when they sent me another 10.
Damn, 10 more years
Yep. They tried to get me from 20 to life. My
for
lawyer,
for drugas?
yeah,
Damn, how much was you pushing?
they bust me with a kilo.
Oh, they caught you with a ooh. In the small town, right?
Yeah, in Brownfield.
Yeah, so they were basically
They,
trying to use you as an example.
yep. They had horses, the boom squad, the Salvation Army was out there, and
Damn. Yeah, everybody
there were
out there.
people on top of the motel, and with they're hanging on the rope and waiting for me just to get out, and busted in the door, and
Someone snitched on you, didn't they?
yeah.
Did you know who it was?
I found out after I was in there. And that guy who snitched on us, he thought he was slick. He thought he was never gonna get in trouble.
Mm,
And one time I was walking on the walkway, I see him coming. I just tapped one of my homeboys. I go, let's drop him. Well, what? He's a snitch. So we just smashed him quick. We knew we were gonna go to a hole because that happens.
yeah. Yeah. Damn.
And I got sent to the hole for 3 months.
And explain for the people that don't understand the whole
Isolation.
3 months. Man.
You don't see no light. No commissary, no visitations. The only thing you get letters. You only allowed to send out 2 letters a week. You need to figure out who you really want to write to.
Yeah. So during those 3 months that you were inside, did you do some deep soul searching, trying to like figure out what you wanted in your life?
Oh, I didn't think about it. I just worked out, and I just said to myself, I don't get him because for him snitching on me, I'm doing all this time.
Yeah.
Just something that you stays in your back, and you gonna get him.
Damn. You ever see him again?
Yeah, I put this other guy on a mission for him to go and drop him.
Mhm.
A box of noodles goes a long ways in there.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Shit. They took that shit ASAP. So during that time, even being in the hole, you didn't pray. You didn't try to connect with God at all.
Yeah, I tried sometimes, and then I said, man, I didn't think I was ready then
Yeah.
because I still kept on doing bad things and beating up people for no reason. Sometimes they had a reason.
You just mad. Damn.
Yeah,
That's sad because you think about it, you try to find a reason. It's almost like bipolar, but it all stems up from your past, the things that you go through, what you deal with. You just get tired of it and you just don't, you give up. I know people like that, right? To this day, I know people like that. And everything is bad for them because they don't want to change.
sometimes you want to change, and then you're not ready for a change.
I mean, after 20 years, can't say this for everybody, but after 20 years, something had to come in, like something had to happen for you to want to say, I'm not going back.
For me, I met my wife. She told me that I was going to church and still in the world. She goes, you have a choice. You follow Jesus or you stay in your own ways. I said, all right. I told her, I'm not going to drink no more. And I stopped drinking, stopped doing all drugs, and I just started going to church. And that's when I decided that God need God more than He needs us.
Yep. So you get out of prison, you meet your wife. How long did it take for you to be civil? Because, that's a long time, you know? Well, you said you met your wife within a year time or 2 years?
Probably 5 years.
Okay. So you had enough time to get used to everything in the world. I mean, the phones weren't out at that time, was it? Cell phones or like the touchscreens?
No, they didn't have that. They only had those. They look like a funnel.
Yeah. The big boys? Yeah. Oh, you talking about that big thing where you stand in, right? Or
You carry them on your side.
oh
It looks like a
yeah. It's like a yeah, I know what you're saying. They're huge. They're like a foot long, right? They go up.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen one, but I've never used one before. Dang, how do they even get service for things like that? Like, how do you make a call?
I don't know, man.
That's crazy. So when it during that time weren't pagers around too?
Yeah.
So I want to hear you. I want to hear your story about you connecting with God, but I also want to hear your story how so you met your wife, you fell in love, now you're connecting with God, and this journey turns into because it takes time for people to build a relationship with God. But like for the people that don't know how or don't know what to do, help me give them a message.
Well, my wife, when I met her through Facebook, and I was in Colorado, and I keep on telling her, yeah, I'm gonna come, and things would happen, I would not be able to leave, and she called me one day. She goes, "Did you come, or don't ask me to wait for you no more, because I'm gonna find me a big Texas cowboy guy." And I told her, I'll be there in 2 days.
Oh shit. Took a taxi?
And I and I just packed whatever fit in my suitcase, and I came on the. I ain't even left my car, and I left
Dang
the
you.
whole house of furniture. And so, what am I doing? My brothers, they told me I was dumb. Man, you don't know what you're getting into. I said, well, I'll find out once I get there.
So when you get there, you meet your wife. Well, when did you get married? Y'all just a year after that. So it obviously worked. Not for
Yeah.
everybody, but it does work. so so your wife does have some in some way she has some influence with helping you grow and heal in some way, right?
Yeah, she had like she'll talk to me and tell me why you do this. You don't need to be doing stuff like that. You need to change for yourself. You're a better person than that. Then I started thinking about that, and then I started serving the Lord,
What does that mean? Serving the Lord.
going to church, going to Bible studies, doing things for the church.
You have these young people. They want to be these badass kids on the street. They want to get into gangs. What message can you give them that can help them?
Everybody thinks a gang is the way of life, and you don't realize it until you're already in it. When your feet in it and no way out, you gonna regret it later in life because you could have got married,
Yeah.
you could have had children, but if you're in a gang, you
Yeah.
don't have a choice. They'll write you a kite, tell you, and you don't have no questions. You can't ask why me. There you go back to prison
Yeah.
just because they need some more soldiers in prison.
Yeah. So what can you tell
Mm,
them to help influence them? What's the best thing that you think I like, especially for me when I think about it and there's kids in front of me and they're like, "Hey, I just want to do what the cool guys are doing." But, you know, the cool guys that you're watching are the guys that got the money that are not doing the bad things. They're just making it look bad. And if they did, they're slowly changing so they can get off the streets? And so these kids,
yeah,
man, they're just being like part of the product where they get caught in these little, especially now because there's nobody kind of guiding them, but they get caught in this mix, but don't realize, and some do realize and they don't care, but it's a cycle where you never learn your lesson and all you get is nothing. You go in, you lose everything. You come out and have nothing. And if you don't change, you go right back to the same thing.
yeah. The cycle never ends. You just know how to do time. It's like there's a saying that they say, don't let the time do you, you do your time.
Wait, so during all this, did your mom and dad ever connect with you later on? Like after, like, I think your first 10 years? Did they ever talk to you saying, like, Mijo, just get better, change?
Yeah, mom always tried to tell me we're praying for you and change, get out of prison, we'll help you, and but when I got out, I fell out the same people again,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't my cycle, just keep on selling, and until I got caught the second time. That's when I thought I learned my lesson the second time.
Now, the second time you went to
Because
prison, was it worse than the first time?
no, the second time was all like when you're going to school.
Yeah. I see. Because you already knew the rules, you already knew what you needed to do. So the first time was crazy because the minute you got in, there was a lot of stuff going
You
on.
didn't know what to expect. You didn't know what to do. Who you hang out with.
Yeah. Damn. So let's talk more about your gospel side, right? How does that still to this day make you feel having the connection with God?
I think I feel real free because I can pray and the Lord He hears my prayers, and I pray for people out in the streets. And I just feel free,
Yeah.
just like Like just let it go.
Yep. Because God knows it's the right time. Makes
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, God knows the right timing for everything. We don't see it until you get put in trials and tribulations, and
So,
and you just see life differently.
yeah. So at this time in your life, you get married, life gets better, right?
Yeah, I think if I wouldn't have got married, I would be back in prison.
Mm. Have you ever thought that maybe you can go to the doctors and get checked for maybe just anger issues?
Well, after as many years that passed, I went to check myself. I'm a bipolar person, and they said I had a lot of anger in me
Mm.
that I need to talk to a counselor. Now I take pills once a month and talk to a counselor.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I'm still doing it right now.
And so they got you so you are diagnosed bipolar.
Yeah,
And now you feel better now, right? With being getting help and
yeah,
so this gets right into mental health where
yeah,
you've gone through all these trouble, especially with your life going in prison, but as a kid, no one really understood you. They just assumed you were just a bad person, but they really didn't truly know who you could possibly be, and a lot of it had to do with what you have, you know?
yeah.
Damn. What do you think if you were at that age, at the young age, and if you was getting counseling and you was getting help? What if now just hear me out, because I know our mom and dads didn't know the most. They just had to work and put food on the table and pay the bills. But do you think that if your mom
Yeah,
and dad would have sat down with you and talked to you and try to work things out, do you think that would have helped you?
I think so.
What do you think that would have helped you the
But it was
most?
hard. His dad, he only knew how to work in the farm, and he could tell us everything about the farm, but he wouldn't show us nothing else. He would tell us, y'all fight, y'all lose, y'all go back and until you win.
Yeah.
That was in our head, we can't lose. We had to fight.
Yeah.
It was like one time this guy keep on passing that street where his grandpa used to live at. This guy passes through here one more time, I'm gonna drop him. And I said, nah, you won't do it anymore. You all talk. Man, doesn't that dummy turn around and come through the same street?
Wait, Alejos did this?
And he just got up and was standing, and he just then kicked him off the bike, beat him up on the street, and left him there. And the guy gets up all beat up and gets on the bike and leaves again. And he didn't come back.
Wait, so you went to prison with my dad, right?
No,
It was Alejos.
he met over there in Robertson Unit. We saw each other we were going on the child line.
Mhm.
And I thought I heard his voice, and I go, "Yule primo, come." We sit over here on the table of four, sort of saved my seat for him. And I sat down and the eating with him. And he goes, remember here, we don't got no brothers, no nothing here.
Yeah.
We fight, we fight to the end.
Y'all didn't have to fight inside, did you?
Yeah,
Chinga, why?
because sometimes people will borrow stuff and then they don't want to pay back. They say the commissary didn't come in, and then by the time you know, you looking at them. There was a pint of ice cream over there. Oh yeah, you can get you a treat, but you cannot pay your debt.
So Alejos did that to you?
No, I did that myself.
Oh shit. So basically y'all had to fight. Man. But you're a big guy. I mean, you're tall.
Yeah,
How'd that go, if you don't mind me asking?
huh?
How'd that go?
No, it was good. They always tried to tell me
Deal too?
for my height. Yeah, the deal was a bad fighter, and he was once he was able to start kicking, and that was it. They didn't call him Diablo for nothing in there.
So I want you to give a message, and you can say it how you want to, but I want you to give a message, right? For the people that are having a hard time, that are going through hard times, that are dealing with stresses, illnesses. I want you to say something to them that can help them.
Right now is a time that we all go through a lot of problems. We sometimes try to see the easy way out, but there's really no easy way out. Like for me, it was turning to God. You try to be
A hard person.
because they got plenty of prisons for you, and in prison, you think you're a person, but you just a number. You don't want to be that repeated number. You want to be free where you can talk to people about your your situations,
Mhm.
not where you just telling different guys I could do this, but you can't talk to regular people to get you nowhere. It seems like it.
Thank you for watching the episode. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We will be coming out with some hot topics and some new episodes that you don't want to miss.